Welcome. So today we're exploring a really powerful idea. What if you could literally tune your personal energy to attract the life you actually want? It's a fascinating concept, so let's just dive right in and see how it all works. So let's start with this question right here, because it's the core idea we're going to be unpacking. The whole point is that you don't need to build something new to attract amazing things into your life. You just need to learn how to tune into a frequency that's already there, just waiting for you. To really understand how we can tune in, we first have to get our heads around this foundational concept, our very own personal energy signature. Okay, so think of it like your own personal energetic fingerprint. It is completely 100% unique to you. Every single thought, every emotion, every belief you hold, it all contributes to this signature. It's like this invisible signal you're constantly broadcasting out into the world. And this is where it gets really interesting. This whole concept breaks down our emotional vibrations into different frequencies. So you've got feelings like fear and anger, which are said to have a lower, denser frequency. And then you have emotions like love and gratitude, which vibrate way, way higher. The idea is that your overall energy signature resonates at one of these levels, and it attracts experiences that are on that exact same wavelength. So this is a great moment for a quick self-check. Seriously, no judgment at all. Just take a second and consider, what is my current broadcast? Is it tuned to joy or maybe to worry? Just becoming aware of it is the first and honestly the most important step. Okay, so if you've kind of identified what you're broadcasting, how do you consciously change the station? Well, this brings us to a really cool technique called frequency mapping. Now, this is not just wishful thinking. It's a deliberate process. It's about becoming the architect of your own energy. Tuning your internal state just like you'd tune an instrument to create a beautiful sound. And this radio metaphor is just perfect for this whole idea. You can't possibly receive a clear broadcast of joy or abundance if your internal dial is set to the static of fear and doubt. It just won't work. The first step is always, always to fine-tune your own receiver. So the whole process really unfolds in 3 stages. It all starts with awareness, that simple, non-judgmental act of just noticing your internal patterns. Then from there, you move to adjustment. And this is where you actively choose to replace a limiting thought with an empowering one. And finally, you get to alignment. This is where that new energy starts to feel natural and it starts harmonizing with the outcomes you actually want to attract. Now for the really practical part. What are the specific tools you can use every single day to consciously adjust that frequency and elevate your vibration? One of these simplest yet seriously most effective practices is something called gratitude mapping. It sounds so basic, I know, but the act of consciously focusing on what you're thankful for has a direct and immediate impact on your vibrational state. It's literally a way to actively rewire your brain and your energy for abundance. This is why visualization is so incredibly powerful. See, it's not just daydreaming, it's practicing the feeling of a future reality. By doing this, you're basically creating an energetic blueprint. You're rehearsing a new frequency over and over until it becomes second nature. And there are other powerful tools that can help with this shift too. For example, certain sound frequencies are thought to physically recalibrate your energy. Breathwork is another amazing tool that directly calms your nervous system, which instantly raises your vibration. And journaling, well, that becomes a way to map out your internal landscape so you can clearly see which patterns are ready to be released. Now, a huge part of this work involves confronting those pesky energy blocks. These are the old stories and limiting beliefs that create the most static inner signal. And a really, really common one is this deep-seated feeling of just not being worthy of good things. And this is the adjustment step in action. It's consciously replacing that old static with a clear, high-frequency truth. You take that limiting belief and you literally override it with an empowering one, repeating it until it becomes your new default setting, your new energy signature. Okay, so once you start doing this work, once you start mapping and adjusting your frequency, how do you know it's actually working? Let's look at some of the signs that you're becoming aligned. So when you're aligned, you'll start to notice these subtle but really powerful shifts. You might see meaningful coincidences or experience perfect timing. That's synchronicity. Or projects might just come together without all that usual struggle. That's flow. And maybe most importantly, you'll feel a sense of inner peace, just a calm at your core, even when life gets totally chaotic. So when these things start happening, please know it isn't random chance or luck. It's the direct result of your energetic alignment. The whole idea is that the universe is simply matching the clear, high frequency you're broadcasting. It's not luck, it's resonance. Okay, let's bring it all together. What does it actually look like and feel like to live in this aligned state day to day? And this brings us to the ultimate shift in perspective, moving away from chasing and forcing and pushing for outcomes, and instead just focusing on your own state of being. The goal is to become the kind of person who naturally attracts what you desire without all the struggle. This really says it all, doesn't it? The work isn't about chasing miracles. It's about aligning with them. It's a profound shift from a mindset of lack to one of wholeness and pure attraction. So we'll end with this final question for you to consider, because ultimately, the power isn't in some grand one-time gesture. It's in the small, moment-to-moment choices you make about your own energy. If it feels heavy, choose light. If it feels stuck, choose flow. What frequency are you going to choose to broadcast right now?